What's going on, everybody? This is your WOF Outlook and discussion for Sunday, May 7th, 2023. And before we get into today's video, I hope everyone is doing well, remaining positive, and as always, staying blessed. All right, you guys, taking a quick look at the surface map this morning, you can see we have high pressure off the eastern seaboard. We also have another system spinning here off the Pacific Northwest, which is going to have a chance to bring in some thunderstorms here across extreme northern California, the coastal areas of northern California, and parts of Oregon here, the extreme coastal areas of southern Oregon. For the most part, Florida is going to be pretty much quiet with probably a few thunderstorms around the Keys area. We will have a general thunderstorm risk here across much of the southern United States, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, extending on into parts of the Carolinas, Virginia. We will have another high threat of severe weather here again across parts of the central, northern, and central plains. And yet again, another severe threat here again across parts of the southern plains around the Texas area. And we also do have some heavy rainfall along coastal areas of Texas, which does include the Houston area. So if you haven't done so already, you guys, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date and weather aware. You won't miss a beat when it comes to the Storm Prediction Center as they come out with the updates. I have them here on my shorts and community section. All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick 5-10 second intermission. Let me get these surface plots off of here so we can get into today's video. All right, let me get it going, you guys. Oh, hold on, you guys. I'm putting the most stuff on here. All right, get that off, and we're going to get this off. All right, you guys, and as you can see, we have yet again today another busy map here. So I'm gonna try to we're gonna do a wide view for today. And as you can see here, the Storm Prediction Center does have an enhanced risk of severe weather yet again for the majority of Iowa, parts of northern Missouri, parts of extreme southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas, even extending into probably a little bit of Illinois here. We will have to be on the lookout. There's a slight risk that encompasses that, which does include the state of Illinois and even creeps down into parts of extreme western Kentucky and extreme northwest Tennessee. And that slight risk also does go across the northern Kansas area and southern Nebraska. A marginal risk encompasses the outer edge of that, which does include the Chicago area, Charlotte, Memphis, and extending almost to as far west as Denver could be under a marginal risk of severe weather. Along the southern extent, we do have a huge marginal risk, which does include much of the state of Texas here, east central Texas, just about to the west of Houston, does extend into northern Louisiana, the Shreveport Monroe area, extreme southern Arkansas, into parts of southern central Oklahoma will be under that marginal risk, Norman. We will also have a slight risk for extreme southwest Oklahoma and northwest Texas here. As we check the probability, you guys, to see how these storms are going to materialize. We do have a 5% chance of tornadoes here across Nebraska and extreme northern Missouri. I'm so sorry, you guys. We have a 5% chance of tornadoes here across Iowa, here, central southern Iowa, extreme southeast Nebraska, and northern Missouri, with a 2% encompassing the outer edge of that, which does extend into Illinois, you guys. So we will be on the lookout for a couple of tornadoes here along the northern extent of this severe weather event. Hail probability, we do have a 30% chance across Iowa and Nebraska for some very dangerous hail on the order of 1+ inches in diameter. Here, 15% on the outer edge of that, which does include all the way to central Illinois and even extending into parts of extreme eastern Colorado. And as you can see, that 5% threat does include Chicago all the way to Denver, could possibly see some hail, even extending all the way down into the Memphis area. And on the southern extent of this severe weather mode, you can see that 5% hail threat on the order of 1 inch in diameter, 1 to 1.5 inches, will be possible here across east central Texas, northern Louisiana, you guys, and also that 15% probability for that hail just to the west of Dallas here. As we move on to the wind probability, you can see there is also a high chance of some strong gusty winds here, 55 to 60 miles per hour across Iowa and Missouri, with a 15% chance extending all the way down into parts of Tennessee, Kentucky, and Illinois here. And as you can see on the southern mode, it's just about the same. A 5% chance of some locally gusty winds here across northern Louisiana, east central Texas here, and a higher threat just to the west of Dallas with that 15% for those strong locally gusty winds. No ice, no significant tornadoes, so that is good news, you guys. All right, the hail area, we have two significant hatched areas here, one across the northern extent, as you can see. 2+ inches in diameter of hail will be possible, so we will be on the lookout for some very large, dangerous hail here. And again, you guys, across parts of west central Texas, we'll also need to be on the lookout for that strong significant hail, and also with significant winds on the order up to hurricane force gusts could be possible here across parts of southern Iowa, and Nebraska, and even parts of northwest Missouri and extreme northeast Kansas could see some hurricane force wind gusts, and as well again here across this little section of northwest Texas. Now, you guys are going to take a look at the HRRR to see just how these storms are going to materialize throughout the day. Right, let's get this up and going. All right, you guys, we're going to start at the noon hour as usual, per usual, you guys. And you can see around 12 o'clock, we're already going to have that cluster of storms here along coastal Texas here, still giving them heavy rains. Flash flooding will be possible. We will also have some showers and thunderstorms here extending across Kentucky into West Virginia, on up into even some showers and thunderstorms, Ohio, Pennsylvania, you guys. We have to be on the lookout. And also, I can't believe I forgot this small little piece of a marginal risk of severe weather that we will have across parts of extreme southeast Montana into parts of South Dakota here, you guys. So we'll be on the lookout if you stay in those areas. As we move on to about 4 p.m. in the afternoon, you guys, you can see we start to have some cells starting, a cluster of storms entering northern Louisiana around the Shreveport area. Look at the cells starting to develop here across Illinois, central southern Illinois. All hazards will be possible with these storms, so we will have to be on the lookout for the afternoon hours. Heavy rains still into parts of Kentucky, North Carolina. We'll have to be on the lookout for some possible isolated flash flooding. Not too much going on in the enhanced risk here, but even in the slight risk across Texas, you do have some cells starting to pop up here as early as 4 o'clock in the afternoon. As we move on to about 8 o'clock, late afternoon, going into the evening, you can see things really start to explode here, you guys. Look at the enhanced risk across parts of Iowa. These cells will be capable of producing all hazards, the tornadoes, the hail, and the strong locally damaging winds, which could be up to hurricane force here along the northern extent. Going into parts of Illinois, look at all these heavy showers and thunderstorms. We will have to be on the lookout for some severe weather there across that state. You have a cluster of heavy showers across central southern Nebraska. And look here across just west of Dallas here in this slight risk. All hazards will be ongoing here across southern Texas as well, but this will mainly be for large hail and damaging winds, but an isolated tornado or two will be possible as well across Texas. And as you can see, we will, even across parts of South Texas, there will be some showers and thunderstorms. As we move on into the overnight hours, about 2 a.m., you guys, you can see Texas starts to quiet down some, just a few little showers may be ongoing here across Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi overnight. But the main heavy rain will still be here across parts of Iowa into Illinois, starting to get into southern Wisconsin. And yet again, look at Tennessee here, you guys. Heavy rains, could possibly be some flooding going on. Even some rain here getting into the New York City area overnight. We'll have to be on the lookout for that. We even have some moisture coming in here towards California, the northern California coast. As we get to 7 a.m., which is going to segue us into convective outlook day 2, which will be Monday morning, you guys. Let's get that going. All right, this will be convective outlook day 2. And as you can see, the Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk of severe weather. And we're going to zoom in since it's not so much on the board with this day as it is today. But as you can see, we do have a marginal risk, which is going to extend from just west of Dallas into west central Texas, on up into Oklahoma. Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee will all be under a marginal risk for some severe weather. And the slight risk does include Springfield. Let's see, Columbia, St. Louis. I was about to start saying a few of these names, but you guys, I'm not about to be butchering this morning. We have Farmington, Mount Vernon, Jerseyville, all these areas will be under that slight risk for severe weather tomorrow. And as we check the probability for these storms, as you can see, as early as 7 in the morning, they're going to be rumbling across east central Missouri into southern central Illinois, you guys, around the St. Louis area, with some heavy rain extending into Georgia, Alabama, northeast Mississippi, and even some showers here across southern Mississippi, getting into parts of southern Louisiana, possibly. As we check the probability for Monday, you can see we will have a tornado threat here across the mid Mississippi Valley, Missouri, Illinois, southern Indiana, Kentucky, parts of northern Tennessee. We have to be on the lookout for some isolated tornadoes tomorrow. Hail probability, that 15% going to be right over those strong storms that's going to be moving in around the morning time here across central Missouri and southern Illinois. A 5% chance of that hail on the order of 1+ inch in diameter will be from Texas as well on in the parts of the Tennessee Valley. As we move to the wind probability, you can see a 15% chance of wind here across the mid-Mississippi Valley, and yet again a 5% for 55 to 60 miles per hour from central Texas on into parts of the Tennessee Valley. We do not have to worry about no significant tornadoes, you guys, which is always good news. No significant hail tomorrow and no significant winds. So always a blessing when we don't have to worry about any of those severe, nasty, severe stuff. But as we continue to move this HRRR out to about 12 o'clock tomorrow, you guys, you can see, all right, this first cluster starts to move into extreme western Kentucky. Then that's going to probably continue to move to the east-southeast across parts of north-central Tennessee. We will have a cluster of storms here across Alabama as well, you guys, and even extending up here across Wisconsin and Michigan, we will have some showers possible. As we move on to about 4 p.m., you guys, let's check and see. As you can see, you guys, there's going to be a general thunderstorm risk for much of the United States here for Monday. And as you can see, by the time we get to Monday afternoon, we're just going to have a general area of showers and thunderstorms, your usual summertime, daytime heating thunderstorms across the southern United States, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, even parts of the Florida Panhandle. We'll be able to see some showers and thunderstorms as the heating goes on along throughout the day on Monday, even getting into parts of South Carolina and North Carolina. We do start to see some cells again reforming and popping here across Missouri and parts of southern Illinois. As we move to 8 o'clock, you guys, let's check and see what's going on. You can see we're going to have another round of heavy showers and thunderstorms develop here across the Boot Hill area of Missouri in southern Illinois, which is around the St. Louis area, which is going to be these storms are going to be producing all hazards possibly. So we will have to be on the lookout again for St. Louis in the morning hours around the 7 o'clock, and even again in the evening hours around 7, 8 o'clock. You will have to be on the lookout around St. Louis for some nasty storms. And as we move into the overnight hours on Monday going into Tuesday, you can see here we go across central Texas. We have a few strong isolated cells here, which could be capable of producing some hail and damaging winds. And we'll just have some general thunderstorms here across the Memphis area, extending into parts of Kentucky, and even some heavy rain across Pennsylvania overnight going into Monday. And as we go, as far as the HRRR will take us, which will be Monday, not Monday morning. I am so sorry, you guys. It'll be Tuesday morning. This will be Tuesday morning. As far as the HRRR takes us out, I always get these days mixed up, you guys. But here we go. We're going to have some showers here across Nebraska, South Dakota, even extending southeast across parts of northeast Oklahoma, southern Arkansas, even northern Mississippi, Alabama, even parts of the Florida Panhandle. Waking up Tuesday morning, we could have some showers, you guys, even into parts of Pennsylvania. That does segue us into convective outlook day 3. And as you can see, there will be, for Tuesday, there will be a marginal risk of severe weather across parts of the coastal North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. We will again across parts of the southern and central plains, Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas will be under slight risk again. As you can see, across parts of Colorado, Denver, moving on into parts of South Dakota, Nebraska, Montana, we'll be under a marginal risk for severe weather come Tuesday, you guys. So that's going to be it for this one. If you haven't done so already, be sure to share, like, and subscribe so you can stay up to date and weather aware here at your Weather on the Fly. Everyone be safe, be careful, and I'll talk to you all in the next one.